Hey guys, appreciate you guys joining us in for another one, yet another one. So guys, look here. Today, we think we got the keys to victory. The only way that I think we can win is contained in this video what we're about to play for you guys. Before we jump off into that video, guys, let me get this over with. Guys, listen. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, so you can get these notifications every time we come out with a video, guys. Okay. So, like I said, this is the key to defeating Trump. Take a good look at this video, y'all. You'll see what I'm talking about. These are congressmen in deep red districts getting hammered by their voters. Something that's never been heard of. Something where Trump won these districts by something like 60-70%. So without further ado, let's get off into this.
Not the president. And you are doing us a disservice to set that down and not stand up for us.
Be litigated for. You don't think I'm a stand, will you? Stand. That's all we have. So if we're gonna have a town hall, and I'm gonna stand in front of you and take your questions and try to answer them as honestly as I can, then let's do that, okay? But if you're going to just yell at me, that's not going to be an effective town.
I'm a registered Republican voter, retired active Army officer. How can you tell me that Doge, with some college whiz kids from a computer terminal in Washington, D.C., without even getting out into the field, after about a week or maybe two, has determined that it's okay to cut veterans' benefits?
I think a couple things. Let me give you an example. Did you know that the VA was in charge of payments for illegals for housing? Basically, the VA.
No, I'd like for you to send me. Could you send me that reference so I could research that? Because no, I'm not aware of that. And I would tell you that that's a red herring, a false flag. If you're throwing that kind of political stuff up, trying to cut veterans' benefits, that's very alarming to me.
When will you stand up to them and say that is enough?
The end result of the fraud and abuse that has been discovered already.
But what is going on right now today is the House of Representatives and the Senate are totally abdicating their responsibility. You stand here and say, I'm not sure about that, or I'm not sure about that. You put up, frankly, some of these slides are very misleading. Let's talk about the Trump tax cut. How much of that deficit in that jump from 22 up was the tax cuts to the incredibly rich people of the world who are now in our White House and dismantling our government? You are an attorney. You are an officer of the court in addition to swearing an oath to our Constitution. And yet, well, you and so many of your colleagues are just sitting around watching. Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens next month. Oh, those workers have rights. And yes, they've been violated. So now they're getting processed. Our courts can't handle this. These people have planned this for years, and they're doing it. It is a fire hose of action, illegal actions that even you acknowledge right here. But we're just going to let the courts sort it out. There won't be a country left to run, sir, if you guys just sit back and are afraid of a primary.
I think it's fair to say that Trump and Republicans did not factor this level of outrage and backlash in their Project 2025 plans. But let's just take a step back here and remember what they've been trying to do during the past month. It's been a deliberate strategy to blitzkrieg the entire federal government with as much extreme and destabilizing policy as possible. Now, part of this, of course, is just to flat out hurt people because it'll inure to the benefit of Trump's donor class. But there's another part of the strategy that's about power. Not actual power, but the perception of power. It is designed to make us numb to his actions and so that we'll just give in. It's a strategy to overwhelm the media and the opposition with rapid-fire actions, all to create the illusion of strength and control that is so overpowering it prevents Americans from having the will to even show up to town halls like these to hold our elected representatives accountable. It is authoritarianism 101.
So guys, listen, I want you guys to realize, and I want you to know that those are Republican MAGA voters going off on their congressmen like that, who they just voted to put into office. You want to know how we win? This is the only way we win, guys, okay? MAGA, Democrats, Independents, we're all getting affected by the same thing. It's only that MAGA is just now waking up and seeing what's going on and seeing that it's hurting them also. That's how we win, guys. In my honest opinion, that's the only way we can defeat Trump. You understand what I'm saying? The only way. Because they have kept us divided for so long, and that's the trick, to keep us divided. If we're divided and he got Republicans fighting fighting Democrats, and Democrats fighting Republicans, and Republicans fighting Republicans, then we're distracted. We are distracted from what's really going on. Now, you guys, you probably already starting to feel it with gas prices, food prices, and everything else. That's what's going on out here. And the killing part about it is that Trump is hitting most of the red states. That's why, well, you know, it's all of us, the red and blue states. But the red states are feeling the pains, and they're starting to come out and wake up. That's how we defeat Trump. If it affects all of us, then what does that mean, guys? What does that truly mean? If it affects all of us, then all of us have to unite. You understand? That's the only way we defeat what's going on out here. Stop fighting each other, band together, and vote these people out of office. For once in our life, we have to come together and get this done, because it's hurting all of us. You see the policies. You see what's going on. You see what kind of man majority of the voters elected to put in that office. You've seen the Zelensky interview, which me and Dana will talk about that a little later on. You've seen it. So it's time, guys. You want the keys to defeating Trump? Here it is. Dana, what you think?
So, hey, you said it. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. And I'm gonna come in with what Steve Bannon said. And y'all know Steve Bannon he's a Republican and everything. He said they came out, and what did they do? It was an all-out blitz. Think about it in football. You go 4 plays of straight blitz coming after the quarterback. Quarterback is just gonna keep on, he's gonna have to back up, run like crazy, trying to hit his receivers and everything like that, trying to do what he can. That's what Trump did. That's what Doge did. They just came out with an all-out blitz. It was unlawful. We know it was unlawful. Okay. I mean, he slipped in some lawful. I really think I've only seen one good thing that he slipped in there. But other than that, he came out with a straight, unlawful, unjudicial blitz. Mm-hmm. He opened the floodgates. It's like a lot of our schools in the military. When you first start off, you go in and it's like they open the floodgates. Think about the beginning of med school. They open the floodgates and flood you with so information, and it's like, how much can you retain of it? And it's keeping everybody confused. And and here we are, and we jumped back and we fought back, but we wasn't even sure most of the time. We're not even sure if we're fighting back for the right thing. We sat back and he got us all screaming, running, wondering, fear mongering. Fear mongering was the biggest. Especially when he went against Social Security, when he went against Medicare, and it was a blitz. He did those things unlawfully and cut them. He even went after federal employees, and that seems like it's where all of a sudden the momentum shifted, the momentum stopped. Mm-hmm. It ain't really shifted yet, but it stopped, because it's like you're going after federal employees, you're going after VA employees. sending out an erroneous email saying, "Hey, show me 5 things you did this week," and it's like, no, that's micromanaging. You don't do that. You don't work in this office. You don't ask my employees to send you anything. Those are things. Those are some of the examples of the unlawful stuff that he blitzed us with, and everybody fought back, and it was like, keep it. As long as you keep one person's eye on one prize, or a multitude of eyes on one prize, we're gonna slip other things behind the door.
Exactly.
That whole fraud, waste, and abuse that Joel called out. Did y'all? No one noticed, and I don't think no one caught on to the $18 billion, the $18 million contract that SpaceX got. And that was part of that was part of our defense funding. So $18 million of our defense funding, which is 50%. This is pretty much 50% of our budget. That our taxes go through. $18 million of that went into SpaceX, while Doge and Mr. Musk was sitting back saying, "Hey, we got fraud over here, we got fraud over there, fraud to the point of 2.5 million, 52 million over here, or something like that." And he's getting 18 million thrown his way. And then there's other 8 millions and $8 million, over days and days of time that he's getting thrown towards him. No one saw that, and that was the one thing. This is where it's like, when that all-out blitz came out, we got a whole bunch of stuff that was just constantly thrown at us, and we're up in arms, we're up fighting, and I'll take this time to apologize to people because I said some things out of anger and everything like that, because the blitz was so crazy and lawful, and it's like, who is going to stand up and catch this? And they were catching. So now, yes, this is what we have to do. Just like the Republican states, and they're going after their congressman, and they're saying what they said. They said, when are you going to stand up? And I don't know if y'all heard the woman say in the background, and don't bend over either.
Right.
Like, don't sit back and just stand up then fold. No, when are you going to stand up? And that's, and once we as a people, let's quit being divided about this. Let's fight. Now that we get them to say, hey, as they say, F around and found out. Okay, they found out. But now let's not point the finger and be like, I told you so. No, let's step in and be like, okay, now let's keep going.
Right.
Time to say, let's keep on going. Let's keep pushing it. Now let's push this onto the congressman. Let's push this on to our state representative. Let's push this on so then they can go in there, and if there's a call behind it, then we're going to start marching too. But let's do all of this. Let's do all of this. Let's do all of this and do it quickly.
Right. I agree totally, Danny. And you guys, I want you to know something, okay? A lot of some of these Republican congressmen and women who's backing Trump, let me tell you something. They're scared for their life because they think Trump is going to either primary them, which that makes them cowards, or one of Trump's some of Trump's more out there voters will come after them and try to do something to them and their family. But the reason why we played you guys that video, that's how we get the Congress to not being afraid. Because if they know, because right now they think that Trump has the people behind them. But if we keep on doing what we're doing and showing up, and especially showing up in these red districts, these ruby red states, and pushing their congressmen like that, that's going to embolden them. So we have to keep getting up. We got to keep speaking out. And I'm gonna hit back on what Danny just said. There's no time for I told you so's. There's no time for that. What's done is done. The mistake was made. Trump was put in that office. Now we got to unite to get him out of that office. You understand? No time for pointing fingers like Danny just said. No time for that. Okay? So, Latinos, you said you asked where we were. Here we go. My white community who know this stuff ain't right. Here we go. Spanish community. Here we go. Black community, here we go. Listen what I'm finna say. Sensible MAGA voters, like the one that's showing out in that town hall. Here we go.
Here we go.
You understand? It's time.
I like that. Here we go.
It's time, guys, okay? We cannot let this keep going. We cannot stand 4 years of this. This man is tearing down this country. But don't forget, MAGA, my red states, Latino voters who voted for Trump, it doesn't matter if you voted for him. That's what he got what he wanted from you guys. Now he's doing what he's doing to everybody. So what does that mean, guys? That means this is all of our fight. I've said it once, I've said it twice. If you ain't in a six-figure salary, we're in this thing together. You understand? Trump could give a darn, excuse me for saying that. We're a friendly station over here. Trump could care less about anybody who's not in a high enough tax bracket, guys, okay? So let's do this. We can do it. Here's the blueprint. Yeah, the ruby red states, I don't care who gave us the blueprint. We got to follow it. That's the keys to victory, guys. Danny, you want to say something to take us out of here?
Hey, like we've said it over and over again, and it's just, we got to keep going. We just got to keep going. We got to keep pushing forward. All right. Hey, if you like what we have been bringing you, you like our content, you like what we do, go ahead, hit that like hit that like, hit that subscribe button over there. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit up that notification bell.
Right.
Y'all might be seeing a reverse 10 on that, but you know what I'm talking about. If you like what we're doing, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. We appreciate you. It takes nothing. It costs you nothing to join us and just listen in and listen to us run our mouths. And yes, we're going to run our mouths about some serious political things. We're going to run our mouths about some fun things too. We got some more fun stuff coming. So don't worry. We're going to even the playing field for us or even it out for us so we can be, well entertained and well rounded for everybody. But again, just do that. All right. It don't cost you nothing, but it means a whole lot to us.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you, people.
Thank you, guys. Till next time. We love y'all.